Tagging every window and door in your Revit project by hand takes forever, and getting the tag orientation right is a nightmare. This plugin tags every window and door automatically, with perfectly oriented tags, in a single click. Now let's see how the Smart Auto Tagging plugin works. First, we open the ArchPlug tab and click on the Settings button. Under Account, we enter the email we registered with and click Save. Once the status shows connected, all of our activated plugins are ready to use. The Scripts folder just below is only needed for the fast script launcher, so we can skip it. Installed Plugins lists every plugin we own, along with its version, and flags any plugin that has a newer version available online. It also shows each plugin's license type, whether it is monthly or lifetime. And finally, the theme option lets us switch the plugin dialogues between light and dark. Now let's see how this plugin works. When we click the Run button, all the windows and doors will be tagged. And the tags will be correctly oriented, as we can see here. The plugin even works well with windows that are at an angle, which is very useful. The plugin uses 3 different types of tags, one for windows, a second for doors, and a third for balcony doors. That is, the doors located on the exterior walls. There are also several useful things about this plugin worth mentioning. The first is that in the window we can set whether we want to tag the doors, the windows, and the terrace doors. All the tags are automatically linked to the plugin and have an update function. If we turn off, for example, this doors option and click Run, we'll see that all the tags are removed from every door. And if we turn it back on and click Run, the tags reappear. For example, if we turn off the windows, they're removed from all the windows, and so on. Another useful thing is that if a tag is placed poorly or doesn't suit us, we can simply move and rotate it by hand. For example, we'll move this tag a little and rotate it the other way. We can do the same for a door, for example, like this. And now, when we run the plugin, we'll see that the window also has an additional option, Update Tag Positions, which is off by default. When we add new doors and windows and new tags, we click the Run button. The tags are added to the new doors and windows, while the old tags we moved by hand stay in their positions. To see how that looks in practice, we'll add a couple more doors here and, for example, 2 more windows. And here's how it looks in practice. We run the plugin, the new windows and doors get tagged, while the old tags we moved by hand stay right where they were. But if we check this option, the old tags we moved by hand will be updated to the way the plugin normally works. Meaning it will just correct this tag here on these doors and on this window, as you can see. This plugin works only on the current floor, so everything we do on this floor, updating and moving tags, won't affect the other floors we've already done and the tags we placed on them. For example, if we set up the tag positions nicely on this floor the way we want, and rerun the plugin, the other floors will be protected. Now let's also look at this example with terrace doors, on a slightly more complex building layout. The terrace doors work based on a comment. We can add classic door tags so the tag appears on these terrace doors. But it will look bad. Here's how that looks in practice. For example, if we turned off this option and clicked Run, we'd see that the plugin again places tags on all the doors, even the exterior ones. But that tag won't look good on the exterior doors. Here's how the tag looks on the interior ones, and here's how it looks on the terrace doors. The tag overlaps the door and doesn't read well. That's why a third type of tag was created for the terrace doors. which is slightly modified and reads better in the model. Here's how it works. The Terrace doors need to have a comment. Any one you like, for example Terrace door. Or any symbol you type in, for example 3-letter Ks, it doesn't matter. And that comment we typed for the Terrace doors. We then type here in the window, and that's how the plugin recognizes those doors. So when we check Terrace door and type in that comment, for example KKK, or Terrace door, or whatever, and click Run, the plugin places the new type of tag and moves it. So the tag reads nicely. Since all the Terrace doors have the Terrace door comment in our model, let's first see how it looks. We'll just change this and click Run. And we'll see that all the tags on the exterior doors are fixed. Also, as we said, there are 3 types of tags. The first is for ordinary doors, the second for terrace doors, and the third for windows, which also include the parapet. That's the parapet display. With this plugin, the data you see is written by the tag. These values can be seen in the Properties panel. And if we don't like the look of the tag itself, we can simply change it in the family. It's just important not to change the family name, because the plugin works by recognizing the family name and uses it accordingly. If we don't want this parapet text to show, we can simply turn off this visible option and save the family just by clicking Save. If we've made a change to an ArchPlug family, the simplest solution is to click Load into Project, and that family will be loaded into the project and modified within it, and the plugin will use it. As we can see, the windows no longer show that parapet height display. And when we use and rerun the plugin later, we'll see that it uses that tag and no longer shows the parapet in that project. So the plugin works like this. It first checks the families that are in the project. Those have the highest priority. And if the families aren't loaded into the project, the plugin loads the families from its own folder. If we always want our modified families loaded by default, we can do that by modifying the family and clicking Save. When we click Save, that is, when we modify a family, we need to click Save As. And the families are saved in a dedicated ArchPlug folder, where all the families are stored, which is on our local disk in ProgramData. This folder is sometimes hidden. So first we need to show all hidden folders. And when we go into ProgramData, we'll see the ArchPlug and Families folder, which holds all the families that every ArchPlug plugin loads. If we want to change a default family, for example the one for door tagging, we can simply find which family it is. This is the window tag, we click on it. The family must have the same name as the one written in this folder. The plugin always works by the family name. And we just click Save and overwrite the current version. If we want to keep the original old version, we can simply add a new folder and name it, for example, Old. And in it we can first copy this current version. That is, move it into the old folder and save the current one in this folder. So now, whatever project we open, the plugin will always load our new, modified version. This way of working lets us have even our own custom-designed tag families, and change even that aspect, adapting it however suits us, however our company requires. The single most important thing is that the tag name is always the same in the folder. It must keep this tag name. We have 3 types of tags, and each must always be named exactly by its name, because the plugin works based on the name. Now, we would like these room tags to appear on the other floors as well, and not just on this one. To do that, the first thing we need to do is click on the Level Settings button over here. Then, from the list, we select all of the levels on which we would like those tags to be placed. After that, we switch to the All Levels option, and then we simply press the Run button to start it. And just like that, the tags immediately appear on the other floors as well, exactly as we wanted. As you can see here, the tags have now been added on the second level and on the third level too, precisely the ones that we had selected a moment ago. In addition, over here in this section, you will find a very useful option that lets us hide the tags and then bring them back again whenever we need to, which helps keep the drawing clean. We are able to do this just for the level we are currently working on, if that is all we need. To do that, we simply place a tick in the Current View checkbox, right here on the panel. Then we click on Hide All Tags, and as we can see, the tags have now been removed on this level only, while every other floor keeps its tags untouched. And whenever we would like to bring those tags back, all we have to do is click on Unhide All Tags. We can also apply this across all levels at once. To do that, we tick the Check Levels option, we click Hide All Tags, and right away you can see the effect it has. The tags have now been hidden on every single level that we have ticked here in this list, all in one go. Now, if we also add a tick to level 1, and then tick Check Levels again and press Hide All Tags once more, we will see that the tags have now disappeared from level 1 as well as everywhere else. And finally, when we want all of those tags back, we simply click Unhide All Tags once more, and every single one of them returns to exactly the same position where it was before. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, make sure to check out our other videos on the channel, and visit archplug.com to explore all the plugins we have available. See you in the next one.